In the endless blue of the ocean, where giants drift in silence and mysteries ripple beneath the waves, there is a creature so strange, so dazzling, and so unexpected that it feels more like a myth than a marine animal. It doesn't have jaws that can crush bones or the bulk of a whale, yet it moves through the sea with the grace of a spirit and the elegance of a work of art. Meet the blue sea dragon, also known by its scientific name, Glaucus atlanticus. Despite its name, it isn't a dragon in the traditional sense. It's not large, it's not fire breathing. In fact, it's only about the size of a paperclip. But what it lacks in size, it makes up for in mystery and brilliance. Because this little creature, floating delicately near the ocean's surface, can take down some of the most dangerous animals in the sea, and it does so with style. How can something so tiny and fragile survive in such a hostile, competitive environment? What secrets does it carry beneath those shimmering hues of blue and silver? Stay with me because the story of the blue sea dragon is not just about one animal. It's a journey into how nature combines beauty and brutality in the most unexpected ways. At first glance, it looks almost too perfect to be real. Its body is slender and elongated, with six feathery wing like appendages spreading from its sides, giving it an ethereal appearance. The colors are jaw dropping, a rich metallic blue on its back that reflects the sunlight, and a silvery white on its belly. It looks like something a fantasy illustrator might dream up, a creature you'd expect to find soaring across the sky, not floating in the sea. But its colors aren't just for show, they're a clever survival strategy. The blue sea dragon floats upside down, belly up, so its shimmering silver underside faces the sky, helping it blend in with the bright sunlight. From below, the dark blue back camouflages it against the deep water. This technique, known as countershading, helps it stay hidden from both flying predators like birds and swimming hunters from below. And then there's its superpower. The blue sea dragon doesn't just hunt, it steals. Its favorite prey is the Portuguese man-o'-war, a jellyfish-like colonial organism infamous for its long tentacles and extremely painful sting. Most sea creatures, including humans, avoid it at all costs. But the blue sea dragon? It seeks it out. It bites into the man-o'-war, tears off its tentacles, and absorbs the stinging cells, called nematocysts, without harming itself. Then, in one of the most bizarre adaptations in nature, it stores those stinging cells in the tips of its own appendages. In essence, it becomes a venomous thief, rearming itself with the stolen weapons of its prey. And here's the kicker. The blue sea dragon often concentrates the man-o'-war's venom, making its own sting even more potent. Imagine defeating a dangerous opponent, taking their weapon and upgrading it to make it deadlier. That's what this tiny sea slug does on a daily basis. But it's not just its biology that fascinates. Its lifestyle is equally strange. The blue sea dragon doesn't have fins or strong muscles to swim through the ocean. Instead, it relies entirely on the movement of the water. It floats wherever the wind and currents take it, using a gas-filled sac in its stomach to stay buoyant. You could say it's a drifter, a wanderer of the open sea, living at the surface where the waves meet the sky. Because it moves passively with the currents, its distribution is wide but unpredictable. It can be found in warm ocean waters all over the world, the Indian Ocean, the Pacific, and the Atlantic. Sightings are most common off the coasts of South Africa, Australia, and Brazil. In recent years, beachgoers in places like the Canary Islands or even southern Europe have found them washed ashore, still glowing blue like lost jewels of the sea. They live where few others do, the open surface exposed to the blazing sun above and lurking predators below. Birds are perhaps their biggest threat. The vivid blue might look stunning to us, but it also serves as a warning. Don't eat me, I'm dangerous. For some predators, that message is loud and clear. For others, like seabirds, curiosity can lead to regret. Yet for all its beauty, the blue sea dragon leads a dangerous, fragile life. It can't dive to safety. It can't hide in coral or bury itself in sand. Its only defense is its sting, its camouflage, and the hope that the current carries it away from trouble. When it comes to reproduction, things get even more curious. Blue sea dragons are hermaphrodites, meaning each individual has both male and female reproductive organs. When two dragons meet, something rare and brief in the vast ocean, they will exchange sperm with one another. The mating process is cautious, even awkward, as both partners have to avoid each other's venomous serrata. After mating, both can lay strings of eggs, which they attach to floating objects like driftwood, shells, or unfortunately bits of floating plastic. In a world where even trash can become a cradle, the line between natural and unnatural habitats begins to blur. And that brings us to the reality behind the wonder. The blue sea dragon, like so many marine creatures, is increasingly vulnerable to pollution and climate change. Its delicate body is easily harmed by oil, chemicals, and rising sea surface temperatures. The floating debris it needs to lay eggs on may sometimes be microplastics, which leach toxins into their environment. Worse still, they can mistake tiny plastic fragments for prey, ingesting what their bodies cannot digest. They are not classified as endangered yet, but they are warning signs. Sentinels of the sea drifting quietly in the waves, reminding us that even the most magical beings can vanish without a trace if we don't protect their home. What can we do? For starters, we can reduce our plastic use, cut back on single-use bags, bottles, and straws that so often end up in the ocean. We can support marine conservation organizations that establish protected areas where creatures like the blue sea dragon can thrive. And perhaps most importantly, we can educate ourselves and others, spreading the wonder and the urgency of ocean life. Because the ocean doesn't just belong to us, it is a world of its own, teeming with lives we still barely understand. From the colossal whales to microscopic plankton, from the colorful clownfish to the alien-like dragon of the sea, every creature plays a role in a delicate balance. Disturb it, and the consequences ripple outward. The blue sea dragon reminds us that power doesn't always roar. Sometimes it drifts silently, dressed in blue, holding the sting of 1,000 enemies in its feathery arms. It reminds us that magic still exists on this planet, not in fairy tales, but right here, under the sunlit skin of the ocean. So next time you walk along the beach and spot something glimmering at your feet, look closer. It might not be just a piece of seaweed, it might be a dragon, a real one, alive, mysterious, and watching the world from the edge of a wave. If you've enjoyed diving into the life of this incredible creature, give this video a like and share it with someone who loves the sea as much as you do. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories from the deep. We've got many more fascinating marine animals to discover together. In the next episode, we'll uncover the secrets of another mind-blowing creature of the ocean, the starfish. Did you know some starfish can regrow entire arms or even regenerate their whole body from just a piece? Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, take care of the sea, stay curious, and always remember, sometimes the most incredible dragons don't breathe fire. They drift in the tide, waiting to be seen.